Face here, Tridiot. Kenya. Excellent. Welcome, parents, to the next video in our Word of the Month series. This word is for January 2026. I'm recording this in December, so it still hasn't clicked in my head yet that next month, like a week and a half from now, is January. But I want to go through a slightly different format for this Word of the Month. Normally, I have the letters posted up there for you all to read. I was reading through this letter this month, and I decided, you know what, I want to actually read it. Maybe not all of it, but quite a bit of it for you all at the beginning of this Word of the Month video, and then we'll dive a little bit more into it after this letter. So let's get started. Perseverance is stick-withedness. It's the grit that keeps us going. The decision to persevere, even when challenged, says a lot about someone else's character. Are they mentally tough? Are they someone you can count on? Do they show focus? It is these character traits that help us persevere through the challenges. Children often give up when faced with challenges. They are afraid of failing, or they haven't grown the muscles for that allow them to stay focused until the task is finished. Their focus muscle up here, helping them to see how they feel and helping them see how they will feel and what they will achieve when they reach their goal will go a long way to helping them persevere. As adults, we sometimes make things look easy. It is important to share our own struggles, doubts, or fears with our kids or each other. We should also share our goals and create space for our success. SPACE, by the way, is an acronym here. It stands for, where is it? Support, Purpose, Action, Care, and Expertise. Now, my acronym, this came from the True Character people. But let me say that one more time. SPACE, making a good space, is support, purpose, action, care, and expertise. We want to create space for our success. Who will support our goals? What purpose does our goal serve? What does it matter to you? What actions are we going to take? Why do we care about this goal? What do we need to know to achieve this goal? And when we create the space for our goals, we can now show others how to persevere. Every day there are little opportunities to persevere, right? Every day there's the opportunity to finish that challenge or not. For me, honestly, it's dishes, right? The dishes always pile up, and some days I don't persevere. Some days, like, you know what? That's good. I'll save the pots and pans for tomorrow. Is that a good life habit? No, of course not. So on the days where I do have good perseverance, I remind myself, no, you know what? We're going to get those dishes done now. We're going to get the pots and pans done now. We're going to have a clean sink. I'll even take the sponge and clean around the inside of the sink, make sure it's pristine and pretty and hygienic. But that perseverance is not intuitive. Kids are not born wanting to persevere. Kids are born wanting to be lazy. You and I want to be lazy. If I give you the choice between waking up and, doing a 5K or waking up, looking at the alarm clock and going back to bed, you're probably going to pick going back to bed because you set your alarm. You had enough discipline at night to set the alarm, but you have the courage, the strength to persevere and actually get up and get out of bed and do the workout you need to. That's a different question. So that's why I wanted to go through this, right? That space especially. We need to have the support. We need to know why we're going for this goal. We need to have the actions. We need to know what action steps to take. We have to understand why we care about this. What are we getting out of it? It's all about our selfish island. And then expertise. What do we need to know to achieve that goal? We need to know what we don't know. We need to learn what we need to learn to achieve that goal. So this whole month, we're going to be talking with the kids about what is perseverance. What does it mean to keep going? What does it mean to quit? We're going to talk about some of the helpers, right? Having a goal in mind, having that visible target, like we talk about some of our parents' coaches videos will help out quite a bit. The right character, how we built the right muscles, mental and physical muscles inside ourselves to achieve that goal. And the right attitude, even if we have the right mental and physical muscles, are we in the right headspace? Are we emotionally and mentally charged to take on this task? And as parents, I think it's very important to model this, right? To be a model. Don't tell them every fear and failure, right? We don't need to scare the kids, but you can tell them about previous examples or things that you struggle with to make sure that they understand you're not perfect, that you are growing along with them. You're just hopefully much farther ahead in the journey than they are. All right, the last thought for you on perseverance. This is specifically karate related. There are usually 2 reasons kids quit martial arts. Either they're scared or they're bored. Boredom is the bigger of the two, so I'm going to start with that one. Boredom masks lots of things. Boredom could be, I've done this already 100 times and I need a new challenge. Boredom could be, it's suddenly gotten difficult and I don't want to admit that I'm scared. Boredom can be, my best friend left. Boredom can be, it's now cold outside and I don't get the outside time I need. Boredom can be it's now warm outside and I want more outside time than I am getting. So boredom can disguise lots of stuff. So when we're talking about perseverance, especially as a parent, it's not what will get us there. It's not what goal, what inspiration. It's what's the burr in our saddle. What's the thing holding us back? What's the thing we're not willing to give up? If I go back to the example of waking up early and going on a run, you're not willing to give up your warm bed. And part of me doesn't blame you. But we need to identify that. We need to acknowledge that. Now we can move past that to go, okay, you know what? What's more important to me? A warm bed now or feeling better for the rest of the day? And now we hopefully can encourage ourselves to get out of bed. And which would that be? That would be the purpose. What is our purpose behind this 5K or behind running in the morning? Is getting up and having just a better morning for it. All right, last little thought for you is on that scared, right? Maybe better would be anxiety. They're afraid of the test. They missed a belt and they're afraid people are going to be making fun of them. Whatever it might be. Usually these are worse in our own heads than in the real world. I won't talk about the topic. It was a little bit political, but I heard somebody mentioning all the hate in the world around them on a video recently. And when the interviewer asked, well, where specifically is this hate coming from? The person responded, mostly from in myself. It's mostly hate I've internalized. And that's not just true of that poor person. That's true of a lot of us. We tend to internalize the fear. We tend to internalize the anxiety. We tend to project on other people. What are other people going to think about us? When in reality, most people are not thinking about us as much as we'd like them to be, or as much as we think they are. So a lot of these fears of what are this other students going to think if I don't have a new belt? What is this? What is that? It is a fear that's easy to address once we know what's causing the fear. It's hard to address when a student just says, I'm afraid, or I'm bored, or I'm nervous. That's where it's my job as instructor and your job as parent to play 20 questions. What is it? And more importantly, give them space. Let that question breathe. Not space, sport, purpose, action, care, expertise, but literal space. Give them a little bit of time to breathe and think. You've been with your emotions for a long time. They're just figuring out some of these emotions for the first time. So let them think through it. And if the answer is just because, that's not a good answer. Let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's ask them, when do you feel this? Why do you feel this? Who makes you feel this? Where does this feeling come from? Because honestly, right, where is that feeling coming from? Is it coming from here? Is it coming from here? Is it coming from somewhere else in the body? That can tell you, as a parent who knows your kid, what they might be feeling, right? Because now you have that connection, especially because it might be a habit of yours. Might be your heart gets tight, your chest gets tight when other people talk about you. Your stomach gets to turning when there's a big report due or a big project due or a big test coming up. And now you can use this, where do you feel it, to help your child maybe understand what it is. Not always a perfect system. But I got lost in the weeds there at the end. So we're talking about perseverance this month. Let me tell you what the definition is for you all. Perseverance means I keep working through the challenges and obstacles. When I'm perseverance means I keep working through the challenges and obstacles. Good. Face here. Juliet. Kenya.